Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're reaching what I like to call the ultimate philosophical crossroads. We're going to tackle a phenomenon that completely breaks the very architecture of space. So get ready, because the concepts we're about to unpack here absolutely challenge the greatest minds in physics, and they're probably going to challenge your own intuition too. Okay, let's dive right into this by imagining an impossible scenario. Can two particles sitting on opposite sides of the universe whisper to each other faster than the speed of light? Now, instinctively, based on literally everything we experience in our daily lives, you'd probably say, absolutely not, no way. That violates everything we know about how the universe operates, right? But today, we're going to examine how the scientific answer to this exact question shattered a dominant worldview and broke the very concept of local space. Section 1. The Quantum Whispers, Moving Beyond Individual Quantum Systems. Section 2. Einstein's Local Realism, the Philosophical Bedrock of Classical Physics. Now, to really understand why this was all so controversial, we have to look at Albert Einstein. He was a fierce defender of the classical worldview, which is really anchored by this concept called local realism. It's basically the principle that physical objects can only be influenced by their immediate surroundings, and that absolutely no signal can travel faster than the speed of light. And look, this isn't just some abstract theory. It serves as the philosophical bedrock of how we intuitively understand reality. Think about it. If you want to move a coffee cup on your desk, you have to physically touch it or, apply a force to it locally. You can't just wish it to move from across the room. Action requires local interaction. But then the math of quantum mechanics comes along and suggests something honestly horrifying to a classical physicist. It suggested that two particles could become paired up in such a way that measuring one of them instantly dictates the state of the other, even if they're separated by entire light years across the cosmos. When Einstein saw this mathematical implication, he famously and quite bluntly dismissed it. He called it spooky action at a distance, or in his native German, spukhafte Fernwirkung. He just simply could not accept a universe that behaved this way. Section 3. The EPR Paradox, the 1935 crisis of quantum mechanics. 1935. This was the year everything came to a head. A legendary paper was published that essentially attempted to legally prosecute quantum entanglement as a mathematical crime against physics. It was a massive, pivotal moment in the philosophy of science. So let's look at how these three authors systematically built their defense of objective reality. The EPR line of defense gets its name from its creators, Albert Einstein, Boris Podolsky, and Nathan Rosen. Together, they put together this incredibly rigorous philosophical defense of scientific objectivity. They looked at these bizarre, instantaneous predictions of quantum mechanics and essentially argued, look, the theory itself simply has to be incomplete. I want you to play defense attorney with the EPR team for a second and just consider this really powerful logical question they posed to the physics world. If we can predict the property of a distant particle without ever touching it directly, doesn't that prove the property must have existed before we looked? I mean, think about a pair of gloves. If you leave your left glove at home and you take your right glove to work, well, the exact moment you look in your bag and see the right glove, you instantly know the left glove is at home. Not because of some spooky, instantaneous signal traveling back to your house, right? But because those states were determined the exact moment they were separated. This was their brilliant argument. Section 4. Shattering local space. The threat to our spatial reality. Okay, so at the absolute core of the classical physics worldview is this concept of separability. This is simply the idea that two regions of space can exist totally independently of one another. And this is exactly why the principle of locality is so critical. Without separability, our whole intuitive understanding of independent spaces, of a distinct here and a distinct there, it all completely falls apart. But quantum entanglement, it shatters separability entirely. It creates this physical and mathematical bond where distance essentially ceases to matter. Measuring one paired particle instantly dictates the state of the other, even if they are separated by enormous, unimaginable distances, like light years. In an entangled system, here and there act as a single unified entity, regardless of the space between them. Mind-bending, right? And this brilliantly illustrates Einstein's logical progression as he frantically tried to save the fabric of causality. Step 1. Instantaneous, non-local connections fundamentally break the universal speed limit, the speed of light. Step 2, well, since breaking that speed limit threatens causality itself, quantum mechanics must be missing something, maybe some unseen hidden variables. Therefore, step 3, to preserve local space, the outcomes of these particle measurements simply must be predetermined from the very start. Section 5. Holism over reductionism, a transition in metaphysics. Here is where the philosophical clash becomes painfully obvious. On one side, you have the classical worldview, relying on local realism, meaning objects are isolated and influenced only locally. But on the other side, quantum metaphysics demands quantum holism, where instant, non-local connections dictate a state completely regardless of distance. It is a massive conceptual leap, moving from breaking the universe down into isolated, predictable little pieces to accepting a deeply interconnected, dynamic reality. So, what is the big takeaway from all of this? The ultimate conclusion of entanglement is really this. The universe just cannot be fully understood by breaking it down into isolated individual pieces. Reductionism, that old idea that you can understand the whole simply by dissecting and studying the individual parts, it actually fails when it comes to quantum entanglement. It turns out this holistic approach might literally be the only way to truly understand the underlying mechanics of our cosmos. The crazy thing is, the EPR Paradox of 1935 didn't just end with a rigorous debate. It completely set the stage for future mathematical and experimental verdicts. These tests would eventually force the entire scientific community into a corner, making them choose either sacrifice the concept of local space, meaning things actually can affect each other instantly across the universe, or sacrifice objective reality entirely, meaning things don't even have definitive properties until we measure them. It's a staggering, heavyweight choice between two foundational pillars of reality. As we wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with this final, profound judgment to make for yourself. Put yourself right in Einstein's shoes back in 1935. Does the idea of two particles influencing each other instantaneously across light years sound like a profound truth of nature to you? Or does it sound dangerously like magic, masquerading as physics? Think about how your own intuition wrestles with that concept. Thanks so much for joining me today. Keep questioning everything.